Peace. Libra Green 85, aka the Last Dragon, and I knew the inevitable was going to happen. I've been tagged. I've been watching a few videos online of movie tags, and they're very fun and interesting. And I was like, maybe I could dodge the bullet. Maybe I'll be under the radar. No one's going to give me one. But I've been challenged. Minus the Bear One, aka Steve. Peace, my bear brother. Issued me a tag, so I figure I'll oblige, and here we go. I can't memorize all the questions, so I'm just gonna read them as I okay. What film would you grab if you want to watch a tearjerker? Well, let's see. This gets me every time. It doesn't matter. I saw this when I was very young, and I remember crying at the end. And then and ever since then, I don't know why, and it's like I control myself from not doing it. And Spielberg, that SOB, finds a way every time to get me at the end. Especially when E.T.'s about to go home, and him and Alien go to part, and it's just like that whole emotional scene, the way Spielberg films it, the score, the acting, the camera shots, everything combined makes that an emotional moment, and I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one, or not, but I'm not afraid to admit it. I'm sure most people have seen this. Precious. This is not, this is definitely not a happy fairy tale movie. I saw this once, and it's gonna hit you. It's gonna hit you from angles you probably don't expect, because unless you know what you're getting into, you're not gonna know what to expect, and then you're kind of in this girl's journey, and it's just like, man, it hits you. And there's some great performances in here, including Mariah Carey, which, it's oddly enough, she did the role, and basically the director said, we're not gonna give you any makeup, we're gonna kind of and excuse my words, and this is no offense to women, ugly you up. And I mean, she still looks good. But I don't really give away the plot, but there's some really drastic, mature scenes in there that's gonna move you, whether it's good or bad. And for that got me. So, Precious. Uh, Unexpected tearjerker. Yes, Gladiator. Maximus. Every time I watch the end, because it's just like I'm so with this character. You root for him. You want him to get revenge. You want him to win. You want him to win back his freedom. You want him to kill Commodus. Please, I'm sure I'm not spoiling any of this. 99.9% of the blutubers here have seen Gladiator. Anyway, when he finally dies and he's laying on the ground, and what's her face, the queen, or the the woman character in here, she tells the army that he was a general, and you should honor him. And that whole scene where, in a place throughout the movie where he's in the field, they show him daydreaming that he's back in the fields of his home, and that whole score comes on, and then finally he gets to come back, to heaven or wherever he is. I mean, metaphorically, to be back with his family. And at this point, he did his duty. restored Rome back to the people, and he was able to gain revenge and honor for his family, and he won back his freedom. So I guess in that sense, he didn't need to live anymore. He died, but he died doing everything he needed to do, and it always gets me at the end. So yes, Gladiator. Alright, what's number 2 say? Oh boy. Of all the films you own, which is your favorite or favorite edition? I have quite a few favorites. Well, my favorite film of all time is The Last Dragon. And I'm pleading, and I'm gonna have to like write to my congressman, write to Sony, like this film deserves a Blu-ray release. Don't know why it's not released on Blu-ray. I mean, if Sony doesn't want to do it, hopefully maybe Twilight Time, who acquired a few of Columbia TriStar's library, maybe they have something up their sleeves. I don't know. I mean, I even wrote a email or like a message of recommendations to Shout Factory to see if they can acquire this film. So it's like I'm trying to do my part, but anyway, that's that. This is one of my favorite editions, the box set to Indiana Jones. Love Raiders of the Lost Ark. I do like Temple of Doom, and I really like Last Crusade. And I know a lot of people shit on the fourth one, and I mean it's still nice to see Indy back, so I can't really complain about that. Another rare DVD edition that I have, and I do have the Blu-ray to this, but Highlander. This is like a 2-disc set. What's cool about this one is the Queen music videos. You know, if you haven't seen Highlander, you know what I'm talking about. Princess of the Universe, Friends Will Be Friends. There's a couple other songs in here. Who Wants to Live Forever. So the reason why this one's a good edition is because either the first or the second disc includes Queen songs and the music videos. So I don't think the Blu-ray version offers that. So that's why I decided to keep it. And I'm a huge fan of Highlander the original. I mean, it's a great story. It's original in a sense. I mean, it borrows from Star Wars. It borrows from, maybe Samurai Bushido principles. It borrows a lot of things, but the story is really good. And it's 80s, so it's gonna have like that 80s feel, and it definitely does. And I don't think they knew what they had, because obviously, if you saw the original, I mean, I'm not spoiling nothing. McLeod wins the prize. He defeats the Kurgan, and then he gets to become mortal. Isn't yeah. But it became such a cult. It wasn't critically well received when it first came out, but it gained such a cult following. They did a sequel, and they never ever seemed to gain back their footing ever since. Now I will admit the TV series was pretty good. It's basically an alternate universe to the original film, and it's kind of like a prequel to the original, I think, or it kind of leads up. It's hard to explain, but it kind of leads up to the original towards the ending, and it branches off to like a different thing, and that was pretty cool. Supposedly they're doing a remake on this, and I'm sure they're gonna screw it up, or they're gonna like Twilight it, and that doesn't need to be Twilighted. So yeah, I you know what, Gerard Butler, he'd probably be perfect for this. I think he has that look to be McLeod, not Ryan Reynolds. Please, enough of him, please. Another cool addition I got, the Scarface Steelbook. Got this when this first came out. It was on sale online on Best Buy. I think it was like $11. Now you can get this for what? There was some upgrade to say people was getting this for $5. So good for y'all. Another edition that I like. I haven't opened it yet, but when I got it, I was amped. This is the extended edition of Avatar. I think it's probably cheap now, but when I got it at a really good price. I think I might have paid $13 brand new for this, and I couldn't believe it. I shut up and I bought it because I didn't believe the price. And I'm pleading with Paramount to please re-release Wrath of Khan, the director's cut, the extended version on Blu-ray. I mean, I have the Star Trek original movie set, but it does include the motion picture director cut, also with the updated effects. This one with the extended cut, and I think that's about it. And I heard they're like supposed to re-release the box set, and I think it is going to be another same thing, bare bones, basically the same set that was released before. So I'm not gonna waste my money on that. And then for that, I'll just keep the DVD version. And it's pretty cool. It's a 2-disc version. Unfortunately, I watch this film a lot, so I'm always listening to the commentary. So that's probably why there's no DVD disc in here. All right. So that's that. Now up to number 3. If I'm boring you, sorry. Which film character would you want as a best bud? Who would I want as my best bud? Who wouldn't want Mr. Miyagi as your best bud? I mean, not only will he teach me karate in unconventional ways, but he's loving, he's loyal, he's funny, and he's a cool dude, man. I think he'll be my best bud. And of course, Bruce Leroy, because we'll probably all be BSing about martial arts, and I'll probably the one to have his back. So definitely those two. Film you would recommend? Well, let's get to that. Film I recommend. I'll try to do a few that no one really talks about. So that's that, and that, and that, and okay. So, all right, I got one for you guys. I'm sure most of y'all seen it, and if you didn't, you should check out Far New Forster. Stars Sean Connery, play a character in this film. Anyway, it's a nice story about this young man here living in the inner city, and it's not cool that he's smart, but he's a pretty sharp dude. And he comes across this guy, kind of like he's always sneaking out the window, looking at the kids, and you kind of find out that he's had a troubled past, and he doesn't want to live for today. He's living in the past. And this guy, they somehow meet and they connect, and they have their own little relationship that they develop, and it's a really nice story. And they both need each other, and because of him, he begins to have more of a zest for life again, and he begins to enhance or even embrace the the finer things in life that he can't have as far as education and where that can take him. And it's a really good movie. Don't have the Blu-ray yet, but I'm working on that. But Finding Forrester, I would definitely recommend that. Now, I know most of you are not into martial arts, but if you want to try one movie, I would suggest this. 36 Chamber of Shaolin, aka The Master Killer. This is an English dub, so don't worry, people. This is considered one of the best of all time. It has some of the greatest training sequences as far as martial arts is concerned. And it has a nice moral story to it. But to see the physical conditioning of how to train, especially Shaolin monks in that time period, learning Shaolin Kung Fu. But it's not just the physical that makes you so strong. Martial arts is, in its own way, it's building up the mind as well as the body with the spirit. all that needs to be connected as one. And the film kind of explains that, and his own journey of him trying to become the best fighter and the best Shaolin monk. But it's like you said, it's not just the physical. You know, he has to learn and endure his mind as well as his soul. And when those are strong, as well as learning the physical, then you're not going to be want to show off your fighting skills, because martial arts is not about showing off what you know. It's more of a discipline, a restraint. And if you have to, then you have to. I'll leave it at that. Another one that's really good, and a lot of people don't talk about this, and a lot of people kind of like shit on Calpen, is The Namesake. Let me tell you something. Probably his best acting performance I've seen him do. And this is not on Blu-ray. I've been looking for this on Blu-ray. It's based off a book, and it's a personal story for me. It's basically about a boy and his father, and like the relationship they kind of build up, and the past from his father's past to showing him how he fell in love and how he met his wife, to the son, how he, comes to grip with his own culture, his traditions, and trying to combine embracing both being American and also being an Indian American. And a couple things happen, and his father passes away, and then it kind of like it molds him and changes him, because, like I said, sometimes you may not have the perfect relationship with your siblings or your family, especially like maybe your father or your mom, but yet if you don't take advantage of those certain moments and they're gone, then it's just like you can't get it back. So that film kind of explores all that, and it kind of it touches me in that personal emotional level. So I definitely would recommend this. And trust me, Kyle Penn acts his ass off. Okay, I know most people sweat the Goonies, and you should. But if you want to see anything if you like the Goonies, then you're definitely gonna like this, and that's the Monster Squad. A lot of people gonna say that's kind of a ripoff of the Goonies, whatever. But it's a really cool movie, because it takes the Universal monsters from the past, and it kind of takes stuff like the Goonies and it combines it, and it's a really cool 80s movie. The Blu-ray, I think it's out of print. I think they're gonna reprint them out probably within the next year or so. But I'm happy with the DVD. This came out a few years ago. It has some cool special features. Has a memorable quote. A Wolfman got nards. Anyone who's seen that knows what I'm talking about. Yeah. I definitely recommend this. It's a fun film. Perfect, no, but fun. It has that 80s vibe because it's made from that time period. And usually any movie from that time period I'm pretty much a fan of. I'm a fan of the 80s, so they're a little more cheesier. They have those montage moments, the music, so all that enhances the experience. So, yeah. And one foreign film, if anyone's interested and you want to get interested, you can try and check out this La Promise, which is The Promise. Just got this recently from the Criterion. The Barnes & Noble's had a big sale. It's kind of a wallet, but anyway. It's a French film, and the way it's shot, I think a lot of it's handheld. Just some of the close-ups, and Criterion does a great job with this Blu-ray. It's an old film, made in '94, but it looks very nice on the TV. Basically, it's about like this teenager, and he's working with his father, and it's like his father basically makes a living through the exploitation of undocumented workers. So it's like it touches a nerve there, because it's like now, you know, it makes you realize, you know, people who want to make a life for themselves, who are not from here, or they come from all over the world, and let's say they come to, what is this, France or Dutch? Oh, this is from Belgium. So they come, they bring money, and then like guys like his father exploit that, make them pay for rent for these crappy rooms, have them work in these terrible conditions, and they do it. And like in this film, it really explores that humanity within all of us, and kind of just makes us realize how fortunate we are, even if it's something simple, where these people aim to have a simple but decent, happy life, and it's not so easy to have that. And there's a situation that happens here where one of the workers accidentally um, falls and has an accident, and like it could have been avoided where he could have still lived, but he didn't. So you know, the son, the teenager, like he's coming to grips with it, where it's like he's eating up his soul, where it's like I gotta tell this man's wife what happened. And that's basically the whole movie, where she thinks that he's still alive even though he's been missing, and like the father trying to cover it up, and now the son, as much as he loves his father, wants to obey. It's like he's coming to grips, that conflict, his own inner conflict is coming to grips. And the promise is basically meaning like before the guy died, he made him promise to take care of his wife and his baby. So in a way, he's trying to complete that promise, but it's like, and also not trying to ruin his father's trust. It's a really good movie. It's in subtitles, but like I said, it's something you should definitely check out. Okay. Sorry for rambling. Character with the best fashion sense. All right, well, I guess that's a pretty easy one. George Clooney always, he's always cool, debonair, sharp. So him, and oh yeah, can't go wrong with Will Smith. Most of his movies like Men in Black, Hitch. He's always having those nice, cool suits, and he just has that swag. So those two for sure. Most inspirational film that I get inspired by. If I think of, yeah, these probably three will hit me. Rocky, Simple as Enough. It hits you because it hits you at the most basic level. You wanna succeed in life. Sometimes you're put in this bad situation where things ain't looking good for you, but you want it so bad you can taste it. There's an ounce of a chance you can go, and sometimes we're so scared. We our fears build up so much that we don't do it. But as much as Rocky's has that fear, he perseveres, and that's basically the whole beauty of Rocky. You're learning about the inspiration to keep going strong, train hard, and it's not just physically. And you can take that and interpret it in your own life. So that's one. And Karate Kid, I think some people can relate to that in the sense of you're searching for a father figure. You get bullied at school, and and it's hard. I mean, when you're young and other kids are messing you, it's hard. And he took it like a champ, but then he meets Mr. Miyagi, and they develop this bond, and the whole inspiration of that is sometimes you can be kicked to the ground, but if you just keep getting up, striving harder. And it's like I said, it's basic. For me, the smallest basic story is probably the most profound because you can relate to it the most. So, and the Last Dragon, it's inspiration, like I said, in a simple sense, and I always break it down to the most simplest level, and I think we all can relate to this. Like I said, and it could be any time of your life, it could be any walks of life, it could be any age, and it can get to a point where you want to get from point A to point B, and you may not have the confidence that you think you can, and everyone else can see it but you. And that's where the power within yourself, finding that inner master within you, really kicks in. And that's something that's inspiration to me. It's always been inspiration to my life, because there may be a situation where you've let something put a cloud over you, and it could be anything. Whether you want to complete school, whether you're trying to get that job, whether you're trying to, whatever. And everyone else around you is giving you that confidence. But at the end of the day, and all these movies tell you, you have to do it. You. Yes, you. It comes from within here. When you take and combine the love of yourself for one, your loved ones, your friends, and you finally face your fears, all that can be one with that combination. So vengeance, fear, and love, that's basically what the character in The Last Dragon had to go through. And basically, it's finding the power within yourself. So any walks of life, you're trying to just overcome something, or you want something so bad, me and you can push it. I can push you. Anyone can push you. Anyone can give you that vote of confidence. But if you don't find that power within you, then the dream's over. So that's basically breaking it down at its most simplest level. Okay. Movie with the kind of life you want to live. I don't know. I'm a simple dude. I guess I would like to be. I like to be someone like Bruce Leroy, or like Bruce Lee and Enter the Dragon, in the sense that, like, you fight for something your whole life, your own philosophical being. You want to achieve something so high that you know that everything else doesn't seem to matter, or in a sense that those, like, material things don't do it for you. So these characters basically want something so bad, and it's abstract, but they'll do anything to follow it. And the basic needs that we think we need, as far as having money, car, roof over our head, I mean, those are basic needs, but it's not that important to them. So that's my answer to that. Films you can watch over and over. Ooh, man, where do I begin? Okay. Definitely watch this over and over. Of course, Into the Dragon. Seen this at least 200-300 times. Can watch this a ton and have. Rocky for sure. I can watch Ghostbusters over and over. Who You Gonna Call? And yeah, definitely that. Definitely can watch Beverly Hills Cop, the first one, over and over and over. Gladiator, seen that 100 times. What else do we have? Could definitely watch RoboCop. I've seen this a ton of times. The Spielberg one out. Yep. Could definitely watch Breakfast Club. I mean, every time it's on TV, I stop whatever I'm doing, or I leave it in the background. So yeah, I mean, any combination of those, I can pretty much watch over and over. Oh, and I might be missing one. Can't seem to find it, but Saturday Night Fever, definitely that one too. Where do you buy your movies? I mean, it's pretty simplistic. One says the same thing, and Amazon. Um, Sometimes they have some great deals. Walmart sometimes. I don't have that 788 bin. I don't know why. I'm in the East Coast, the Jersey area, and I mean, maybe you can ask the other people that's from my area. I never seen that 780 bin. They only have like the $5 bin with the DVDs, and once in a while they sprinkle in a couple Blu-rays. Other than that, maybe if you want to look for like those double features or like 10, 12, 13 bucks, but you don't really see too much of a deal. I want some Blue Moon. I might get something. Best Buy for sure, because upgrade and save, and once in a while they might have deals. Besides that, I might go online with them. I eBay, of course, but I haven't done eBay as much as I used to, but definitely eBay. Um, and those are the main three. Um, I just tried GoHastings.com, and I'll make a video when I get my first deals from them, and that's about it. I mean, those are usually the cream of the crop when it comes to buying movies. And I think I got one more question. What character would you want to be romantically involved with? Aha. Okay. Man, I would love to be involved with Nora from Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist. The Cat Denny's character. It's like, um, I mean, she's obviously very attractive. And it's like she's not like the blonde. She's not like the super popular type. She's down to earth. She's kind of, I wouldn't. She's kind of geeky, yeah. And she kind of likes Nick's character, and it's just like, and this guy here is such a bonehead. He's so like drawn up over that other girl that he doesn't really see like she's the better pick, even though it works out for them at the end. I'm sure I'm not spoiling anything, but I mean, she's so cute, and also Elizabeth Shue's character in the Karate Kid, where it's like, yeah, she went out with Johnny. I mean, that happens. A lot of girls that age and old and the early 20s or in their teens, they're gonna go into like, the more macho, you know, bad boy types. They think like that's cool, and then they realize like a guy like Daniel who's kind of like he's confident in his own way, and I think she was attracted to that, and he's a nice guy. So, and she's so adorable in this movie. Yeah, so those are probably the most two that I would pick. So yeah, enough of me freaking rambling. I'm done. Um, Thanks again to Minus the Beer One. Appreciate that. And I guess it's my turn to pass on the deed. So I'm gonna think of a few. First one comes to my head, and I'm not sure if anyone tagged him, but he makes some great videos. He's a complete movie head, and that's Absolute Sublime One. Jay, your tag buddy. Another one who is also a cool YouTuber, that's Adamlikesmetal. Your tag buddy. Another one, he's new, but he's getting picked up quite a following, and that's Nick Darden. You're it, man. I'm pretty sure she's been tagged, and she's a pretty popular on the Bluetooth community, and that's Lunariaclaire. She's great at stuff like this, so you are tagged, and I'm gonna have a dark horse. No one's even gonna even think of this person. He just started. Matter of fact, just started recently, and he makes some great videos, and I can just tell he has some great knowledge. And his channel is BluRayAnonymous. Dude, you're it. So that's my rambling, and that's as far as I've ever going to ramble in a video here. So, Libra Granny 5, aka The Last Dragon. If you survive this long, I don't know how you do it. Probably some coffee or devotion. But anyway, I appreciate it. Like, subscribe, do it. Peace.